in the program. We are on day 5 of the program, and every day it's just a little tiny bit of work. It's not a lot. I would say it's between maybe 3 and 10 minutes of a video and a little bit of homework. And what we're doing is we're building up our muscle in our brain, to overcome and change the way that we're doing things. So everybody who is brand new today, if you are brand new and you're watching this right now and you haven't gotten caught up on the content, please exit this right now. Go find day 0 and start from there and then catch up, because everything that we're doing has an order to it. I call it the order of operation. We want to start with the foundation and build the blocks above. So I really encourage you guys to start from the beginning. And I do welcome everybody for being here. I want to jump into day 5's content because it is foundational. It is foundational to what I do, how I work with my clients, and how we're going to work together over these next 21 days. So day 5, what we're going to explore is the relationship between your conscious and your unconscious mind, how they work together, and why their alignment is crucial for you to making the changes you desire. I am a mindset coach that focuses on transformation for my clients. And there are 4 steps of transformation, and understanding this alignment is so key. And you are here to transform your flight anxiety into being a confident flyer. So this information is so important and very empowering. So I like to break down the human mind, and I like to compare it to a ship. So our conscious mind is like the captain of that ship, and that ship is steering you towards your goals and making all the decisions along the way. The unconscious mind, on the other hand, is the crew that quietly works behind the scenes and carries out the orders and manages the details of the ship to keep everything moving. And for this ship to sail smoothly and reach its destination, the captain and crew must work together and be in sync. So in a situation where the captain gives orders that the crew doesn't understand, doesn't resist, they resist, and maybe they just don't feel like it's a safe decision, the ship might drift off course, because the goal of the unconscious mind or the crew is to keep you safe. So it's going to do what it needs to do to keep you safe, and it could even stop moving the ship altogether. Just like if your conscious and unconscious mind are not aligned, it can be challenging for you to make the changes you want in your life or to get on that airplane. So this misalignment often occurs due to something called secondary gain. And before I get into secondary gain, I want everybody to understand that the unconscious mind's goal is to keep you safe. And through life, the unconscious mind goes through experiences and creates what I call the file cabinet, that is all of the experiences, the events, the emotions, all the stuff that's happened, and it creates a file. And you have a file in there about flight anxiety. And when we fly, we react a certain way because of things that have happened in the past. And this doesn't even have to be things that have happened to you. It can be somebody else's story. It can be watching a video. It could be reading something on a newspaper. It could be watching a parent or a loved one deal with flight anxiety, so you just model that behavior. So the unconscious mind is writing all kinds of stories and storing it in that file cabinet. But the secondary gain piece is really important to uncover, because what it is a hidden benefit that you get from staying where you are, even if the captain or the conscious mind wants to move forward. So for example, you consciously want to get on these planes and fly and feel confident and not have this issue. But the unconscious mind, the crew, has a different story written underneath there. So even though you want to consciously overcome the fear of flying, sorry, my thing went off. You want to overcome this fear of flying, unconsciously, you may be holding on to that fear because of an excuse. to maybe avoid a certain situation, spend money, or it might even attract sympathy from others. So I want you to take a moment to ask yourself a really powerful question. Is there any reason that you might be holding on to this behavior? What could be the benefit that the unconscious mind has that is keeping you stuck? Now, there might not be any reason, and the answer might be no, but I want you to really give it thought and really noodle this, because if there is a reason, your unconscious mind is never going to let go of it. So on the surface, you might be saying, heck no, there's no reason that I would want to hold on to it. This is stupid. I want to go flying. I want to do this. I don't want to miss out on stuff. But there's something deeper within you that could be holding on to it. And doing this self-reflection piece is so incredibly important, because you got to unlock that to make the change. So I like to also deepen this conversation by looking at how everything in life both limits us and serves us. And a couple funny ones that people think, oh, winning the lottery, there would be no limit to that. That's amazing. That only serves me. But guess what? So how does it serve us? We have abundant money to do the things that we want to do. We can fly first class wherever we want to go. That would make my anxiety better if I could, lay nearly flat on these flights. I can buy a new car. I can put my kids through college. There are so many ways that winning the lottery helps you. It serves you, but it also has its limits. Guess what? You are now paying more taxes that you weren't paying before. I don't like paying taxes. I pay them, and I look at taxes as, well, if I'm paying taxes, it means that I'm making money. So, taxes are a sign of a good thing, but I don't want to pay a whole bunch more taxes. And winning the lottery could really change that. You might also have friends and family members who feel entitled to your money, and it could put strains on relationships. So there are ways that even winning the lottery that sounds so amazing can actually limit us. The same thing with flight anxiety. Your gut reaction is, there is no serve to this flight anxiety. But some of the common serves is you're not spending as much money. You're not expected to try and figure out how to take everybody on vacation because you have flight anxiety. So you just don't do it. It's a great excuse for things. So I want you to spend a moment in thinking about all of the reasons that having this flight anxiety limits you and how it serves you. The serve is a lot harder to come up with, but there are areas in life that this flight anxiety does serve you. I mean, the obvious one is I don't have to spend the money on travel and worry about the travel because nobody expects me to travel when I have flight anxiety. Maybe you have a family member that you don't want to see. And if you have flight anxiety, it's an excuse not to fly. You don't have to really deal with the fact that you don't want to see or meet or spend time with this person. That with flight anxiety, it solves the problem. So I want you to spend some time really thinking about this. So on a piece of paper, I want you to take a piece of paper. I'm going to do it with you right now. I want you to take that piece of paper, and actually I'm just going to have you fold it in half. Okay. And on one side, I want you to write serves. And the other one, I want you to write limits. And I'll just, so you can see it, I will add a line down the middle. So you have your piece of paper here. And you can see on this side, it's the serves. And this side, it's the limits. And I'd like you to write your list down of how flight anxiety serves you and limits you. And then when you look at how it serves us, I want you to really think about that secondary gain and see if there's a reason that you might hold on to it. It could fall on the limit side as well. It could be on either side. So ask yourself, Do I have any secondary gain? Is there any reason I want to hang on to it? And just from a mindset perspective, as a mindset coach, I want to make sure that you guys recognize that this isn't limited to just flight anxiety. Every emotion, behavior, event that you experience offers both limits and serves in life. And the key to transformation, to making transformation in your life, is recognizing these patterns and understanding those secondary gains that might be at play that are stopping you from having the success that you want. So take a moment and ask yourself, how might I be holding on to this? How does it limit me? How does it serve me? Once you understand this, you can begin the process of aligning your conscious desires with your unconscious motivations. And this will allow your ship to sail smoothly toward the life that you want and getting on that plane. So thank you guys again for joining me. And remember that the most change is possible, and we can get where we want to go when your conscious and your unconscious mind works together. So through understanding the limiting, the serves and the limits of things, and by understanding secondary gain, we can start to uncover where our conscious and our unconscious mind are not aligned, so that we can bring them back together and you can meet the goals that you have to get back on a plane with confidence and grace. Okay. I will see you guys again tomorrow. We'll be back on track with a 10 a.m. time. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. It's great in the group. If you have a question, to put it in the group so everybody can see it. 9 times out of 10, if you have a question, there are others that have it as well. You are also welcome to reach out to me privately if that feels better to you. So great job. Keep moving forward. Don't forget to practice your box breathing and the visualization that we did yesterday. And for those of you who are just catching up, it'll be easier once you're doing little bits at a time instead of stacking it all together. But we got this, and we are, almost at the end of our first week together. So I will see you guys tomorrow.